I've talked with enough people and I've worked with enough people to know that sometimes coaching can feel a little mysterious, or the benefits of working with a coach may not necessarily be clear without really understanding the process, or without having experienced it before. And so I thought I'd share a little story from a recent coaching session that I had that might help to shed some light on some of the powerful things that happen in that coaching space. A few weeks ago, I was working with someone through an exercise where she was envisioning her funeral. She was thinking about being at her funeral and what that might look like and who might be there, and the things that might be said. And she was picturing her funeral today as if she died today and was experiencing it really in a third person format. And I challenged her to think about it out into the future. What could it look like down the road? In the process of becoming the person that she wants to become, to envision that happening, to be at that funeral and to hear what folks had to say. So she was thinking about it for a bit and processing out loud some words and some ideas, but it just wasn't really coming together. There was this element of, I want people to recognize the me I am today, but also the person that I am becoming down the road, and not to miss some of the growth that I've gone through and the person that I am today, but also to focus on the person that I'm becoming. And so as I was listening to her process, there were a few words that were coming out, and an idea formed in my mind. And I asked her permission if I could be a friend in that funeral context and say into the situation what I thought I heard her saying about who she wanted to be and what she wanted to hear in that context. And so I just started to play back in story form of who this person was that we're celebrating and what she meant to me, and the impact and the change that I saw her go through over a period of time. And of course, it was a made up story, and yet I was taking her words and giving them back to her. And when I got done, there was just silence for a moment. As she processed what she heard and the emotion that it was evoking in her, the tears began to flow and the words began to form. And it was essentially this: thank you. That was so powerful. Thank you. Now, I don't share that with you to celebrate me as a coach, but to say this: in those moments where the coach and the client can lean in together, things like this, these magic moments happen. Envisioning our end, considering our own mortality, has a tremendous way of helping us to focus in on what really matters, or said differently, on the person that we are becoming. Now, of course, you can do this exercise on your own. There are books and guides out there to help you go through this, and I very much encourage you to do it. It's a phenomenal way. It's a tremendous exercise to envision who you could become, and then spend the time today between now and then becoming that person. You can do this on your own, but sometimes it takes a trusted partner to help you through the process to make it even that much more valuable. It certainly was for her. Perhaps it would be for you as well. If so, then I encourage you to look into partnering with a coach, whether it's me or somebody else. I invite you to experience the transformation that takes place when working with a coach, so that you can envision who it is you want to be, and you can start to move in that direction.